The most recent Bullet Echo update shook things up quite a bit. There were quite a few balance changes with this update, but most importantly, we got a brand new SMG hero. And this only means one thing: a new tier list needs to be made. In this video, we will rank all the 25 heroes in Bullet Echo from the most powerful to the least powerful, mainly focusing on their performance in Battle Royale. The S tier represents the strongest heroes in the game, while the D tier contains the least powerful heroes. As always, all the opinions in these videos are just my own, and you are welcome to share your own views in the comment section. And without wasting even a single moment, let's get straight into the video. We start off with a D tier where we only have one hero, and it is non-smog this time. I have decided to replace Smog with Bertha in this tier. After testing these heroes for a sufficient period of time, it became clear to me that Smog improved significantly since that increase in health that he got in one of the recent balance changes. So Bertha now takes his place as the lowest ranked hero in my opinion. Speaking of Smog, he now lies in the C tier with two other heroes. Doc also got improved health and durability during battle, but not enough to lift him to the B tier in my opinion. And Hurricane concludes the C tier, a really solid hero as well, but all the heroes we have not yet mentioned are stronger than him. In the B tier, we start off with Sparkle. This is one of the changes I decided to make from my previous tier list. She drops from the A tier and is replaced by another hero up there, as we will see later in the video. The same applies to Levi, who I also decided to drop down to the B tier. Still a very good choice, no doubt about that, but this is where she belongs for now. Blot and Firefly maintain their positions in this tier. Firefly is a balanced, solid sniper that can perform well in various situations. And Blot is a fantastic option as well if you want to do high damage per shot but still protect yourself with a force field. He just doesn't do as much damage as Slayer. The same thing for Tess and Stalker. This is the most appropriate ranking for them at the moment. Stalker has always been the most balanced hero, while Tess was very strong at launch but got significant balance changes that left her just above average. The best hero for new players also remains in the B tier. Very useful but really vulnerable at higher levels of the game without Dragoon. And we end the B tier with Cyclops. If you struggle to survive with Raven, then Cyclops might actually be the perfect option for you. The A tier is up next, and we start off with Freddy. He has received balance changes 2 times in a row, which is really interesting. I originally dropped him from the S tier after the first nerf, which I thought was a bit harsh at the time, but the most recent balance changes confirmed his place in this tier. He has become weaker, but he is still definitely one of the most dangerous characters on the map. Make no mistake. Next up in this tier, we have the latest new hero, Alice. She brings a brand new ability to the game, which is fantastic, but her ability to gain health while shooting is what makes her really powerful. Just not powerful enough for me to place her in the S tier, in my opinion. Changing my mind from the previous tier list, I decided to promote Raven and Slayer from the B tier to the A tier. After some weeks of testing, I was reminded of how important Raven still is and how dangerous Slayer has always been. I always knew Slayer did not deserve to be lower, but I only put him there because it is quite difficult to learn how to play very well with this hero. This is the case for most players. But here we are, Raven and Slayer, back to the A tier where they belong. Arnie and Dragoon also remain in this tier, and the same applies to Ghost and Satoshi. We end this tier with King Leviathan, who has also become a real problem on the battlefield in recent months. Before we move on to the S tier, if you look forward to more videos like this on the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and you will be able to come across our content when we do upload. There is a variety of helpful content on this channel, that ranges from full hero guides, tips and tricks, and even full tutorials on how to choose gear for all your heroes. And now we look at the S tier, which represents the most powerful heroes in the game at the moment. And in this tier, we begin with Shenji. I originally ranked Shenji lower in my tier list for one simple reason. Most Shenji players you come across during battle actually end up killing their own teams, making your job easier. But after a full season of using this hero, I have realized that once you become good at the hero and master him, you will win over 80% of your fights against most of the heroes. His damage output is very high compared to other shotgun heroes, and his health is similar to that of a tank. But moving on from Shenji, Angel and Lynx also remain some of the most powerful heroes in the game, and therefore remain in this tier. And the most powerful hero overall, in my opinion, is still Mirage. She has very high mobility and can easily escape fights even at the last moment, which allows for some impressive theatrics. I also believe she has the highest skill cap among all the heroes, and this means that the best Mirage players are nearly impossible to defeat, especially if you have to face a full team of them. Which heroes do you think are the strongest in the game? Let us know below in the comment section,